Hello and welcome back. In today's video, I'm here to react to some transfer rumours. Today, I don't know what's happened today in fact, but we've got 3 transfer rumours to talk about. It's been a bit quiet on the old transfer rumours, but today, no. Not 1, not 2, but 3 transfer rumours. I'm going to give you my thoughts on each rumour that has appeared today by journalists reporting on social media. Before I do, can you smash the like button on today's video? Let me know down in the video comments, would you like any of these players to sign for Luton on a permanent transfer? And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers before the season starts. We are very close, so if you want to watch Luton and EFL content, it's free to do so. Smash that subscribe button. So out of the 3 reported transfer rumours that have come out today on social media, I'm going to talk about my favourite one to start with. Ali Al-Hamadi, the current Ipswich Town striker. He is a former Wycombe Wanderers player. In fact, he's got experience being around Matt Bloomfield, more as a player, not as a coach/manager. In fact, Matt Bloomfield apparently was one of the reasons why Al-Hamadi actually signed for Wycombe in the first place. So they must have a really good relationship. Al-Hamadi is currently 23 years old. He made a name for himself at AFC Wimbledon. That's how I first got to know Al-Hamadi. He scored 27 goals in 48 appearances for AFC Wimbledon in League 2. Because of the fantastic form in League 2, he managed to get himself a very good move to Ipswich, who were in the Championship at the time. And then during the second half of that season, Ipswich, of course, won promotion to the Premier League. He managed to get 4 goals in 14 appearances, which I don't think is bad considering he did step up 2 levels. And then if you look at the whole of that particular season, so the first half being at AFC Wimbledon and then the second half being at Ipswich, he managed to get 27 goal contributions across the whole season. In terms of what he did last season, in the first half of the Premier League season with Ipswich, he played 13 times in all competitions. Realistically, he was not getting ahead of Liam Delap, who's now managed to get himself a move to Chelsea. He got 1 goal in all competitions for Ipswich. And then when the January transfer window arrived, he managed to secure himself a loan move to the Championship to play for a very poor Stoke City side. Managed to get 2 goals in 15 appearances. In terms of his strengths as a player, dribbling, passing and finishing are definitely his strengths, I would say. In terms of his weaknesses, he's not a player that you want to give the ball 12 feet in the air. You want to play the ball on the ground, and that's pretty much his style of play. He likes to receive the ball on the ground, on the half turn. He likes to do layoffs. He likes to drive at defenders and cause teams plenty of problems. He's that type of striker. If you haven't seen already, Luton on YouTube basically published a lot of pre-season content, and in one of the videos, Matt Bloomfield referenced being late for the interview because he was potentially talking to a new signing. Was Al-Hamadi that player he was talking to? Fingers crossed he was, because I would be a massive fan of this signing. I think in the way Luton are going to play in the next 12 months, I think that will suit the way Al-Hamadi likes to play his football. And I do think in League 1, he can score 15 to 20 goals, which is exactly what you want for one of your strikers. However, looking at how he played for AFC Wimbledon in League 2, he did play in a 4-4-2 formation and also a 4-3-3 formation. He can play as a left winger and also as a right winger, but for us, I think he would definitely play as a striker if we were to sign him. But he did score a lot of his goals being one of 2 strikers. So playing this 3-5-2 formation might be staying around for this upcoming League 1 season, as right now, I don't see us playing the 4-2-3-1. At this moment in time as well, I'm unsure whether or not this would be a loan signing or a permanent transfer. Ipswich did, of course, pay some decent money towards AFC Wimbledon to secure this transfer. So if we are going to buy him, I think you are looking around £5 million, which I do think we can afford. Potentially, maybe even more. But at the age of 23 years old, he's got plenty of potential left in him, and I definitely think he can improve. So I would love Luton to make sure that this transfer does happen. The second player that was reported that could potentially be on his way to Luton is Josh Koroma. This would be a free transfer. Now, the biggest question mark I've got on this transfer is his character. Now, I know a bit about Josh Koroma in terms of how he likes to play his football. I remember his playing days at Leyton Orient where he kind of made a name for himself before getting that big move to Huddersfield. And I've got a question mark over his attitude, because why would Huddersfield let him go? Why is he not a Huddersfield player right now? Huddersfield want to win promotion out of League One to the Championship, so keeping someone like Josh Koroma, who has plenty of talent, he managed to have his best ever season last year, getting 14 goal contributions. Surely someone like him you would keep around the place. But he's not a current player for them anymore. In fact, he is a free agent. So he's available on a free transfer. Why is that? Why has no one picked him up yet? And I don't know the guy, but for me, it comes across that he's not the right character to become a Luton player. I feel like in this summer window, we are having a complete reset in terms of what type of players we're bringing to the football club. I feel like we've signed some bad eggs in the past. So for me, Josh Koroma comes across as a bad egg. That's just the way I see it. I might be completely wrong, but yeah, I don't really have a good feeling about this transfer. But of course, the football club will know a lot more than me. They would definitely do their references as well. But yeah, I have a massive question mark over it. But in terms of what he's like as a player, he is a left winger. That's his main position, but he can also play as a striker. In fact, he played more games as a striker than he did as a left winger for Huddersfield last season. His weaknesses, he's a bit of a luxury player, I have to be honest with you. He isn't someone that I think works very hard off the ball. Defensively, he isn't going to offer you too much. I know attacking players don't offer too much defensively, but I do like my strikers to work really hard for the team and try and win the ball back quite high up the pitch. Whether or not he's that type of player to do that, I'm not too sure. But in terms of his strengths, he's quick, finishing's really good, and he will shoot from distance. In fact, his style of play, he's someone that likes to cut inside. He has a counter-attacking threat as well. And at the age of 26 years old, he turns 27 this year. It's his prime age for a wide attacking player. In fact, that's when you start seeing the very best of a footballer, in my opinion, at the age of 26, 27. So that's their prime. The next move is very important for him. So he needs to make sure he gets that right. Could he be with us? I'm not too sure. But if he was to sign, he's someone that would definitely suit a 4-2-3-1 formation, 100%. And also potentially a 3-5-2, but I think his main position is a left winger rather than a striker. And finally, the last player that was rumoured to be potentially coming to Luton is Gideon Kodua. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. 20 years old, he turns 21 this season. His current club is West Ham. Now, he has experience playing with Matt Bloomfield at Wycombe last season. In fact, he's had 2 loan spells at Wycombe while Matt Bloomfield was the manager. Now, looking at what he did last year, he was more of an impact player. He didn't start many games at all. In fact, he came off the bench 19 times for Wycombe last year. I'm unsure about this transfer rumour. He did score 2 times. He can play as a right winger and also as a striker. But I couldn't really find much about him. I have to ask a Wycombe fan, if we were to sign him on a permanent basis, what is he actually like? Because I can't find much about him online. But yeah, if we are going to sign him, that would make sense if we are going to play a 4-2-3-1 formation. But as I've already mentioned, he can play as a striker. So I'm not too sure with this one. He doesn't scream to me as someone that's going to play every single week. He does come across as someone that is more of a squad player rather than a first teamer. He did play as a right back as well for Wycombe, but I'm not too sure if we were to sign him, he would play in that position. In terms of what he did at under 18 level, he done very well with West Ham in their Premier League under 18 league. Out of all the transfer rumours that came out today, this one was the one that I kind of looked at and went, I don't think it's true. But it's been reported by legit journalists, so there must be something in it. Just before I wrap up this video, Josh Koroma and Kodua both have other clubs interested in them. Josh Koroma was apparently meant to be signing for Barnsley. That move has fallen through. I've seen Blackpool also being linked with him, and then Kodua, I've seen Leyton Orient, Reading, Stevenage also looking at him as well. So both players definitely have interest. Al-Hamadi at the moment, Luton are the only one interested in him. So that is the end of today's video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. I would love Luton to definitely get Al-Hamadi. The other two I do have a question mark over, but I trust the process. Yes, I do trust the process. I do think the recruitment so far this summer has been quite good, and I do think we are going to make a couple more additions before the season starts, and also see a couple more players leave the football club. If you also didn't know, Luton won 4-1 today in a pre-season friendly against Colchester in League 2. Nordas scored a goal, Ali also scored, Richards also scored, and the other one was Naki Wells as well. So 4-1 against League 2 side Colchester in a behind closed door friendly. The goals are on the social media channels from Luton, so if you haven't already seen, go and check that out. But it's good to see that Nordas is scoring goals, because we do need a striker that can score lots of goals in this upcoming season, as I do believe that is the one area in the team that needs looking at. So yeah, that is the end of the video. Smash the like button, let me know what you think down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one.